to insist that President Trump is the one that held up lethal aid when you factually know that to be totally inaccurate and you guys sent Snuggies over there? No. So Jason Crow, a Democrat representative from Utah, if you are in Utah and in Jason Crow's district, you should be lighting up his phone lines right now. I'm going to ask you humbly and respectfully, and I mean that, to do something today, folks. The do matters. Talk is cheap. I did what I could. I ran for office. I put my name out there 3 times. The do matters. I'm not speaking with forked tongue here. Left my job to do it. I'm going to ask you to do something today. And the first ask is going to be, if you're in Jason Crow's district in Utah, this Democrat, you need to light up his office today and express your disgust for what he did yesterday. Now, apparently Jason Crow was a member of our military, was involved in the Iraq war campaign. Thank you for your service. I sincerely mean that. Said with no jest, no nonsense, nothing. I mean that with a pure heart. People who serve, you have my utmost respect. But as I've said about Bob Mueller, and I'll say about Jason Crow and others who serve, that does not entitle you to lie. That does not entitle you to mislead the American people. That does not entitle you to do things that are unethical and immoral, and that you get a pass for that. There are millions of American servicemen, veterans throughout the country who have served honorably and don't lie and mislead the American people every day. And what Jason Crow did on the Senate floor yesterday as one of the House managers, he's a congressional representative appointed as a House manager for the Senate trial, was disgusting. He went up there and, using his service, he talked about how troops in Iraq were being hit with explosive ordnance devices, and they were scavenging for armor to put on the vehicles. A tragic story nonetheless. But he then used that example to absolutely lie to you, the American people. And I'm serious, folks, one of the more, if you followed my Twitter feed last night, you'll see the tweet I sent out corresponds exactly to when he was talking. I was sitting in my bedroom outside of that shower I just told you about, a little bit down the hallway, and I watched this on my TV. I was packing for my trip today after my grandmother's funeral, and I was furious. What he said was that, in Iraq, we were put in danger because we didn't have the equipment. And basically, that's what President Trump did by holding up this aid. Wait, what? I thought to myself, luckily with DVRs now, you can rewind live TV. I had to listen to it again because, again, I want to give the benefit of the doubt to our servicemen, even if they are politicians now. And that is what he said. Let me get this straight. You're suggesting President Trump, who, putting aside, by the way, folks, the whole debate about foreign aid, military, if we should be involved in Ukraine at all, I'm asking you for a moment just to put that aside, because I get that, and that's a legitimate debate. Crow suggesting that President Trump put the Ukrainians in danger like he was in danger in Iraq by not sending aid? Joe, what did the Democrats, Crow's party, under Obama, what did they send the Ukrainians? They sent lethal aid. No. They didn't send lethal aid, defensive weapons. They sent a bunch of freaking blankets and MREs. Maybe the peanut butter and jelly, maybe the bad pizza. I've eaten a lot of MREs during my time in the Secret Service. Put it in a bag, little water, mixer, seal it up, give it a few minutes. You know what? I used to like the chicken breast. It wasn't bad. The rice was excellent. I don't know. I lived off this stuff. The only problem is you probably won't use the bathroom for a couple of days, but that's A-okay. No one's ever died of that. You die of the opposite problem. But I understand that. But MREs, I promise you, unless the Ukrainians, Joe, an MRE bag is like, I don't know, yay big. Yeah. Unless they're taking the MRE bag, Joe, and throwing them at the Russians. Yeah, I don't know what the Obama administration did exactly to help the Ukrainians, to put them in a situation to better defend themselves, like Crow was trying to say Trump did. I'm not debating foreign military aid right now. I get it. That's a legitimate debate. And to my libertarian friends, I am with you. I'm simply suggesting that Crow lied to you on the House floor yesterday by suggesting the Trump administration was putting the Ukrainians in danger when it's a fact, F-A-C-T, that Trump's the one who sent defensive weapons to the Ukrainians to defend themselves. Obama sent Snuggies and MREs and PB&J with the crust cut off sandwiches. That's a fact. No serious person, and by I mean serious, I don't mean fake news journalists. I mean serious people. Nobody disputes that. What he said was disgusting, and he should apologize. You want to make a debate as a House manager on the Senate floor about the appropriateness or inappropriateness of President Trump's phone call with Ukraine, knock yourself out. The trial's ongoing. That's what you do. You're Democrats, you lie. But to insist that President Trump is the one that held up lethal aid when you factually know that to be totally inaccurate, you guys sent Snuggies over there? No. And to hide behind your service? No, not going to happen. Thank you for your service. I mean that. Takes a brave man to go over there and put yourself on the front lines. But what happened yesterday was a disgrace and embarrassing to your, and you should never, ever have done that. That was disgraceful. I spent a lot of time in the Secret Service too, in a lot of hot zones running around with the president with a big target on their back. You don't see me sitting here telling you all the time, oh, look, I did that. I should be able to lie to you and mislead you. No, nonsense. BS. That's total garbage. And no such accommodation, by the way, was made for Lieutenant General Mike Flynn, who you accused of lying despite knowing he didn't lie, despite an unbelievable, unparalleled nearly history of military service.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.